Hello, this is Ugins Insight, and tonight we have Mr. Steve, the limited draft master, or is it just limited sealed master?
Or
either one. And then we have Adam, Bolus's henchman. Say hello, Adam.
Hello.
And then we have Christopher, the Allied General himself.
Hello.
excuse me, I didn't get a chance to say hello. You just thought
Anyway, we have quite a bit to talk about today, but first of all, of course, we have the pack opening. Unfortunately, we don't have Jordan here today. He is not present, but I'm sure Adam can pull a Invocation Blood Moon from the Hour of Devastation pack.
So let's see what happens. Fingers crossed. If I could actually open the pack, that might actually
That'll help, yeah.
help.
Probably
Okay.
should have had it.
Sorry?
I probably should have had it prepared.
Okay. So first card we have got Ruin Rat. So it's a 2-mana, 1 in the black, Death Touch. When Ruin Rat dies, exile target card from an opponent's graveyard. It's a 1/1. Pretty good. You know.
if the opponent's got a god, you sideboard that in straight away. Because if you block that, they can't attack with their god.
Yeah.
Because if you block that god's going in the graveyard, then you're exiling it
Yeah.
straight away.
The amount of times I've stopped people attacking at pre-release because of this was ridiculous. Okay, next one. Sidewind der Naga. As long as you control a desert, or there is a desert card in your graveyard, it gets +1/+0 and has trample. So it's 3 mana, 2 and a green, and it's a 3/2. What do you reckon?
I think it's alright. I
I
think there's quite a lot of deserts in this limited set, so I think it works quite well.
I really like this
Yeah.
card.
Yeah, definitely.
One of the
I think if you were
highest
drafting though, I wouldn't draft it straight away unless, because you don't know.
picks.
what
No,
to do
well, no,
with
you want to
deserts.
draft it earlier rather than later because you want to know whether you want to pick up deserts or not.
Well,
Point having no deserts and then drafting it last.
you might draft the deserts anyway in the set, so yeah. Okay. Next one. God Pharaoh's Faithful. It's 1 white, and whenever you cast a blue, black, or red spell, you gain 1 life. Can I say this card is ridiculous with the horse?
I think the fact that it's a 1-mana 0/4 that has no downside and it's not a vanilla creature,
Yeah.
it's got an actual ability that helps you. I think it's pretty good.
Yeah,
It's
definitely.
alright turn one, but drawing it late game is kind of
Useless. Yeah.
Unless you have the horse.
Yeah.
Next one. It's 1 and 1 blue. It's called Cunning Survivor. Cunning Survivor. When you cycle discard this card, Cunning Survivor gets +1/+0 until the end of the turn and can't be blocked this turn. Not my first pick.
I think it's
No,
really
that's-
good. I played against it in draft on Friday, and he drafted about 4 of them. And then when you've got a creature that's a 1/3 that can either block really quite well, or it can attack in for free without having to worry about blockers on your opponent's side, I think it's quite a good card.
Yep.
Personally,
Yeah. You know, maybe not the first pick.
I think it's quite
but-
aggressive
yeah.
for a blue card.
I think it's probably filler
Yeah.
for blue if you've got quite a lot of cyclos. I
Okay.
would say, but
Mixed opinions.
Fawned Moloch. It is 2 and a red, and it's got power S. And when it has first strike, as long as it's attacking, and it's a 2/2.
Very powerful if you're
Yeah.
playing a lot of spells as well,
Yeah, I think-
non-creature
yeah.
spells.
I think if you're playing some sort of aggro build,
Or red blue.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. Red blue.
But the
works
thing
really
is
well.
as well, it gains first strike where it's attacking, so you can sort of bolster it up to actually take out a creature.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
Next one. Wretched Camel. It's 1 and a black. When Wretched Camel dies, if you control a desert or if there's a desert card in your graveyard, target player discards a card. Nice hand removal. You know,
that's quite good.
yeah.
Got some zombie synergy.
Especially if you can put it back out with like God's Pharaoh's Gift and you can make them discard 2 over a certain time, then, you know, that's a really, really good option. But yeah. Okay, next one. Aerial Guide. It's 2 in the blue. Flying. When Aerial Guide attacks, another target creature gains flying until the end of the turn. And it's a 2/2. I think this is a slightly more expensive Eddie Tail Hawk.
But this
Yeah.
is good on turn 3. You've got a 2/2 fly. On turn 10, you've got a 2/2 fly that gives your other creature that's massive
Yeah.
flying.
So suddenly give a metalwork
Place
class as a
good
ruler
anytime,
mog
yeah.
flying, then
Yeah. Well, to be fair, this is definitely one you would consider for draft quite early on.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
Okay. Next one. Maraudering Bone Slasher. It's 2 and a black, and it's a zombie minotaur, and it can't block unless you control another zombie.
I think it's just a 3-mana 3/3. I played.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3/3 with downside. It's,
Yeah, no, I drafted about
Yeah.
3 of them in my deck, and I lost because of it, because I needed to top deck a creature that could block.
And you top
I
that.
top decked that, which couldn't block because it had no other creatures on the field.
I think it's quite a good aggressive card, but maybe.
Well, you good for
better.
going on aggression.
You
but
can
that's
do
bad.
better than a 3-mana 3/3 if you're being aggressive.
I think it's
Yeah.
like you said.
Yeah.
Okay. Next one. 3 mana. Again, 2 and a white. It's Dauntless Aven. It's flying, and when it attacks, untap target creature you control. Quite good for the untapping and, attacking and blocking, attacking
It's a
and
bit like
blocking.
vigilance, isn't
Or
it?
Yeah.
exert if you've got a few exerts.
Oh, yes,
Very
definitely. But yeah, it's an alright card.
Flyer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I like it.
Next one. Desert of the Immortable. It enters the battlefield tap, and you can cycle it for 1 and a green. Okay, you'd have a few of these if you know you're playing green by this point.
Yeah.
You'd have a few of
Got
these.
desert cards,
Yeah.
and you pick it up.
How did you draft with these on? Because obviously you did draft it in F&M with the deserts. Did you find you were picking the deserts out later or
I
quite
feel
early
like
on?
mid.
Pack 2.
Pack 2.
Pack 1, if I picked a lot of Desert Matters cards, and Pack 2 I was after the deserts.
Yeah. Okay.
Because there's not too many deserts in Amonkhet, so you want to get it Pack 2, because there's Pack 3, if it's Amonkhet, you're not going to get
Yeah.
too many.
Okay. Next one, we're on to the uncommons now. So, a Braid. It's 2 mana, 1 in the red. Choose one. You can either deal 3 damage to target creature or destroy target artifact. I think
very
this is a
powerful.
very
Yeah, excellent
good card to
it's been
maybe a first pick one.
It's
But
actually been used in standard constructed at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From the Star City Games tournament they had, that's been played over. I mean, if you're not playing an energy build, it's been played as a Harness Lightning, if you know what I mean.
yeah. Okay. Crypt of the Eternals. When it enters the battlefield, you gain 1 life. You can add colourless, or you can pay 1 and tap it to add blue, black, or red to your mana pool. I think this is a good colour fixer for limited.
I'd rather have an Evolving Wilds.
Would you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I suppose. Is it Evolving Wilds in this set? Or
I don't know.
No, it's just
But-
it's unarmed Ket, so if you
So you're unlikely to pull
Yeah.
the Evolving Wilds during
less likely.
a draft.
You're basically, if you are getting this for the colour, then you're basically a turn behind, getting
Yeah.
an extra turn behind because you have to pay 1 to get that colour anyway.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you're tapping 2 lands to get 1 mana.
Yeah. Maybe not first pick.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a last uncommon. Is Imaginary Threats. It's 2 and 2 blue. Creatures target opponent controls attack this turn if able. During that player's next untap step, creatures he or she controls doesn't untap, and it
Very-
cycles for 2.
Very powerful, in my
Yes.
opinion.
Yeah.
I can swing games.
Could you imagine if you had something like Fog in there? Haze of Pollen out in this set. I'm going to make you swing, and then I'm going to make you do no damage.
But it needs to be a creature heavy deck,
Yeah.
which is blue, which is
Unlikely.
It's possible, but most
Yeah.
of the time if you've got blue, you've got quite a lot of flyers and evasion anyway. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay. Moving on to the rare.
Slow roll the rare.
Oh, Frey Insanity. So this card has particularly gone up, hasn't it?
Yeah,
over the last couple of days.
definitely seen.
So, Enchant player. At the beginning of each end step, Enchanted player puts the top X cards of his or her library into his or her graveyard, where X is the number of cards that's been put into the graveyard from anywhere this turn. So it's a 2 and a blue. Limited, I don't know if I would pick this.
No, definitely
so-
not.
Standard, it's definitely playable. Limited, I'll probably
And I
say
think
no.
modern as well. Modern.
Modern.
I'm not going to lie. If I got this out of a draft, I would pick this straight away.
Just to hate draft it.
No,
No.
just because I know I'd use it. It's constructed, so
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
but-
you'd hate draft it for
Okay.
constructed.
Have we got anything?
We had an interesting conversation with me and you, Steve, about them stacking and the ruling.
Yeah.
cat.
If you've got 2
Sorry.
out, it's
Yeah.
they stack. So it's if you've got
So, say for example, you started awake and you've taken off 13 cards off there.
Yeah.
It would then do
at
26.
the end, if you got 2 out, you would do another 13. You'd trigger them. You'd have 13 and then 26. You'd have 39 at the end.
Because the first trigger hits before the
Yeah.
other trigger, yeah. That's good. Okay, so personally, if I was to be drafting this pack, I would go tempted to go a Braid, just purely because it's really good removal to start off with. And, again, if it was just limited, I wouldn't be tempted. Frey Insanity is tempting because it's like a $10 card at the moment,
Yeah,
but I
if you
think I would go a
weren't-
Braid.
yeah, true. If you weren't hate drafting, I think a Braid's like this one. That's
Yeah.
If it was pack 2 or pack 3, and I was going, if the white isn't very good here, I might pick that for value. But
Yeah.
Otherwise I'd definitely go a Braid.
Yeah. No, okay. Chris, Stephen?
See, I'm tempted by the Rain Sanity, just building a weird combo out of it. But I'll again value Rain Sanity.
My only thing would be there's that 2 mana where you pay 1, you discard a card, and then you mill the top 3 of somebody's library. So you pay 1, you discard a card, then you mill top 3 of your opponent's library. That's 4. That's already your opponent's milling. So you're going to 7 a turn potentially, and that's go 3.
It's like
4
It's
even.
like Embalmer's Tools. You can sort of tap 10 zombies, and then you're milling them technically for 20.
But if you're building your deck completely around mill, and that card is towards the bottom of your deck, you're going to lose.
Oh yeah, it depends. If you were really lucky in draft and somebody passed it on, and somebody
it from
passed,
a limited master.
Yeah, no.
He knows best.
I still think a braid would be my first pick though. But
Yeah, I would.
Yes, definitely.
I would go to Braid. If not, I would go for the Moloch.
Anyway, let's go on to the next topic of today's podcast, and it is the Hour of Devastation pre-release that we all attended to. Adam and Steve, they did all 3, so I think you probably know. You probably have the most amount of information in regards to how the set plays. What do you think about it, Steve?
It's much slower. There was quite a lot more draws.
yeah.
It's a much slower format than it was Amonkhet.
However, I don't think it was as bad as Kaladesh.
No,
I think Kaladesh was horrendous.
Got pre-release. I can't remember for Kaladesh. I can't. Do you know what any games that finished not sort of like before time? I think everyone was literally playing at the time on that.
I mean, Graham being Graham went to time every round.
Yeah. It's you could see a difference though, because this set has sped up a little bit. When you went to not pre-release GP London, we went last year. We were literally seeing so many people playing out to time, and this is after the set had come out for about a month. So people generally knew what the cards were. Pre-release, you can kind of forgive for running to time because you don't understand the cards. You might misplay some of the cards wrong. But literally, I remember GP London, people sprinting towards the toilet because the games take so long they didn't have any time between rounds.
I don't know if someone if you guys would agree with this or not. I tended to find with Hour of Devastation there was a lot of cards that could break board stalls.
There's a lot,
Yeah.
I was finding a lot of the games I would have the card to break a board stall basically when it had happened.
I just think it's a slightly underpowered set. Like if you compare it to Aether Revolt and Kaladesh had broke standard. There's a few cards in Army with Hour of Devastation which can do well in standard and modern, but like
I think that's the way it should be though.
Oh yeah, definitely.
We take Aether Revolt where Heart of Kerrang came in. It just broke standard and it was one deck. This you won't see when it comes to the Pro Tour next week, I believe, from this recording. You're not going to see 8 of the same deck unless there is some broken combo we haven't found about yet.
Or no Felidar Guardian.
Yeah, but yeah, so yeah, I think pre-release it was definitely interesting. I think the gods were the MVPs at pre-release.
100%.
Yeah,
I'd say value-wise, yes. Deck-wise constructed, no.
Really?
I literally beat about 2 people who pulled the Locust God. Okay, I beat him out of the skin of my teeth, but I beat.
But did you when the games you won? Did they have the card on the field?
Yes. And they were having about 6 Locust Gods.
I won every game that I played the Scarab God.
I will admit
So it's 2.
that. I will say that, Adam. That was against the Locust God, Scarab God. I think that might have been a different story.
I felt like every single game I played where I played against a god, I lost. I think that's just because of.
I was slightly disappointed between the lack of amount of boatlasses we saw at pre-release. There was like 1, which was really disappointing.
I faced 2 bowlers.
I didn't face any at all. It was
I did like that they had like a chase on common like they did in what was it, Aether Revolt. Aether Revolt had Fatal Push. This one's got Supreme Will, you could say, is maybe the chase on common, and then now we've got the a Braid as well.
I think a Braid was more chased than Supreme Will. I still think Supreme Will is a very good card in Grixis, and I don't know, I've been trying to work out whether to play Supreme Will or Anticipate, because I feel like one replaces the other. However, the mana curve at the moment, trying to figure out the mana Supreme Wills. Obviously, it needs to be 1 mana more, but it's just too expensive at the moment for early game, and I'm struggling early game when I'm working out my curve. So I've kind of got like 2 Anticipates and 2 Supreme Wills just to kind of balance it out for now. But
I do reckon our Devastation, the actual card, might see a little bit more play, especially against indestructible creatures.
Well, it's at the moment it's an $8 card.
Yeah.
$8 rare.
I reckon that could see some play as
But
well.
people aren't playing gods,
At the
so
moment.
at the moment,
Yeah, that's the thing at the moment. We don't know if people start playing it, but that might actually see a lot of play.
All I say, people, hold on to your gods. They might go up as spike. It might not be now. It might not be this year. But at some point, they're going to spike up.
Now we lead on to the second part of this topic. What do you think of the value of the sets at the moment? And the price rise of cards recently, like Hour of Devastation?
None of my pre-release kits made its money back. Which you kind of not expecting it to. Actually, no, sorry. The one pre-release kit I got, which wasn't for pre-release, ironically, I did get the Locust God, which just makes about the money back. But the value's not that high.
I think
the value in standard's gone down dramatically anyway,
I think
hasn't
the problem with the value's gone down in standard dramatically because of the inventions invocations.
Yeah.
The having an invention in the pack pushes the price of the other cards down, and we've had those throughout the whole of the standard rotation now.
So now we're getting video of invocations for the next set, because Ixalan's been confirmed that they're not having any invocations. Do you expect standard prices to rise?
No.
Yes.
What do you
Quite a
reckon,
lot.
Luke?
I think they will rise, personally, just because everyone has the chase
Depends
cards.
really what people are playing, and it's sort of like if vehicles suddenly become a thing again, like hugely as it was with Mardu vehicles, you may see the price. It's volatile. That's the issue. You don't know what's going to go up or down. You take example zombie. No one expected that to suddenly shoot up.
However, when Ixalan comes out, Zendikar and
Everything rotates out.
Innistrad will
Yeah.
be rotating out, so you're only going to have a much narrower selection of cards to take. So the cards that are in demand will be.
That's a very
Yeah,
good
you got
point.
to take that into a point, but in the point we're just looking at the invocation.
Yeah.
The lack
Yeah.
of invocation's gonna.
Yeah, and
I think
that'll
it's gonna get rid
contribute
of really excitement as well. Yeah, as much as I hated Graham at last pre-release, he was putting about 4 indications. I just wanted to froth them over the table. It was just kind of. It made it. I don't know, it made it something to sort out for, I wanted to open Zendikar packs when Zendikar was all it, because, you never know if you've got a Godless Shrine, for example, in the box or something else. But, without the invocations, I don't know, I don't think the Ixalan's going to be as exciting to open.
Yeah.
I might be completely wrong. There might be this one card that goes over 400 quid.
The overall value of the cards will be higher for the normal set. Because of no invocations. But when you're opening a box or what have you now, it's invocation or bust if you're going to make your money back.
Yeah.
Going on Steve's point about it going up, I reckon the lands are going to shoot up stupidly in price.
Yeah, because there's a lack of land.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Sorry, I feel like what was the point? We got diverted the point.
The point was what the value of the set is, and I think when the set initially came out, Hour of Devastation, the set was the estimated value of a box was really low.
Yeah.
It was near enough impossible unless you pulled a god. What was it? The invocations or the.
I think you need to put a
Bolas.
foil god though, don't you? Either a foil god or a foil bolas to even have a chance of making the money back.
Well, yeah, because it's invocation or not. I mean,
See, I'm debating.
So 1 in 26 chance of making your money back.
Because of that, I'm debating whether to get another Wraith Revolt box at the minute.
I think if there's any packs to pull at the moment you want to go and get, it's got to be Kaladesh.
don't do any unless you
Yeah.
wait until Ixalan
I
comes
think
out.
for Revolt because you've got Fatal Push in there.
That's the thing. It's not that.
It's
just
gone
a
down though.
hand-
It's $5 card.
Oh, is it?
It's gone down, I think, from what I've seen. I might be wrong. I might be.
Anyway, next topic we're talking about is and I think everyone's going to be quite angry about this, the F&M promo sort of change about. We're not getting promo cards of, stuff that's in standard at the moment. We're getting tokens instead. double-sided.
Yeah,
I
you-
When you say everybody's going to be mad about this, I'm not particularly.
Saying that, I'm not as well because I quite like the foil tokens.
I think what Wizards of the Coast should have done 3-month cycle rotation for the sets. So you do two cards standard promos, 1 card foil token flip for the set.
Yeah.
So for example, for Kaladesh, you could have done. I'm just going to make 2 cards up at the top of my head. Verdurous Gearhulk promo, even though it would never happen in Cataclysmus Gearhulk promo. Then you could have gone the FOP to Servo token.
Yeah, I just don't understand the change. I don't know why they've changed it. I mean, no one's asking. Who's asking for tokens?
I think it was from what they said, it was, sorry Steve, the feedback from the set was the zombies tokens, everyone loved the zombie tokens, and everyone loved the Fopter and the Servo tokens. So they're going, everyone loved these, so we're going to produce loads of them.
Would you rather have a promo fatal push, or would you rather have a zombie token? I know exactly what I would have.
But,
See,
sorry,
Steve, you're very much you're in support of this,
Yes.
so we'll hear you out.
the majority of promos aren't that exciting.
Oh yeah.
And
yeah.
I imagine,
I agree.
you say the foil,
They're getting better, though.
promo fatal push and what have you. Reserve the best cards of promos, and we're coming on to the next point of game day being at the end of the cycle. Those best promos will be the promos for game day.
Are you seeing
rather
the
than-
game? I'm not a big fan of the game day promos for Hour of Devastation though.
a braid
Exactly.
will be a popular. The braid will be more popular than the cat.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
The promos for Hour of Devastation aren't brilliant, but then if you get your promo, they could have the pick because it's right at the end as well. They'll know how it's gone on.
Yeah.
Hopefully, and they'll be able to, after about 3 or 4 weeks into the set, decide what the promos are going to be.
Can I say though, fair play to Wizards with game day promos. They chose Glorybringer in the last set. That was the perfect promo to pick for a top 8.
But there's also we just had the promo for the draft weekend promo, and we had the what's his name Ramanap Excavator.
Yeah, that pick of the drop.
Yeah,
right?
it's pretty much like
It's
a
not a
$20 card.
Draft promo. It's a promo for everyone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was I think it was officially as a draft promo, but our FNM, our local store, just gave it to everyone.
Yeah, no, I think it's supposed to be like release day. So if you go to an
right.
F&M on release day, you get the card,
Yeah.
don't
I think
you?
that was a really good decision to make that.
Yeah.
Choose that. 'Cause, I mean, what's happening is it's going to prevent people from coming to FNM if all they're going to be playing for is maybe some packs, store credit, and then a token. I mean, if you've got stuff like when we had Aether Hub as a promo, our store was always packed anyway, but I can imagine there's some stores who struggle to get people. If in the local area they know something like an Aether Hub or a Fatal Push or any other promo as being the prize, you're going to get more people come in and play the game.
They could, because it's just going to be a token promo. They could be able to give it to everybody rather than just 3 people. They'll be able to have all of
It
them.
really depends how many the
Everybody.
store gets.
I don't know how it's going to work.
I think it'd just be
But-
like the random F&M promo and the top of our F. For us, it's top of the F&M, and then they normally give a random one. I think it's going to be as business as usual. What I'm worried about is how many tokens are they going to make? Are they going to make stupid tokens for embalmed creatures we're never ever going to use?
Well, no, it's starting in Ixalan.
Starting in Ixalan. Where it really depends what the Ixalan... Is there going to be that many tokens in Ixalan?
Maybe foil
No,
dinosaurs.
So what
No,
do you
it's
think
going to be a
about
normal
this?
set.
What do you think about this, Chris?
Well, I don't see what they've announced. I do agree that I do like the tokens, and I would like to collect more of them. Same time, I do see your point. The actual the fatal pushes and that would bring more people to actually get into. What they're also doing is, I've just looked. They're actually doing a lot more of the promos. They're doing it some for the Monday sort of like the leagues.
Oh, that'd be
Yeah.
For
quite
their card leads, and they're doing it for Standard Showdown as well for the lands. So they're sort of like they're trying to push other stuff as well as Friday Night Magic.
Yeah, I was going to come on to that point. The league is going to have a special promo. Our league in our store is literally
We've got 6
us.
people. Yeah. Honestly, about
Yeah.
6 of us who
Yeah.
might turn up.
Standard Showdown has been really poor
Yeah.
this year. This set, Armin Ket set,
You
purely
were
because
the only one who turned up to one of the
Yeah,
Standard showdowns, didn't you?
yeah, pretty much.
I th-
But
I think that's just because of the nice weather. Rather than anything else.
Either that or people
Too
got
warm
work.
to be shut inside
I think-
playing this.
I think the thing is, you're going to get a foil land in there. Perfect. Okay, it's not going to be a foiled full art land. That's what I would love in the pack, but that's going to be everyone would just be fighting over the packs. There's going to be 2 rares now, which I completely agree with.
That's a good idea.
And they've still got the random foil, and
I think the problem is with our store is quite modern heavy.
yes.
There's a lot of people who just aren't really interested in standard at the moment.
Well, I think Mardu Vehicles killed standard for a lot of people in our store, and it was just Mardu, which was boring.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
think a lot of people have gotten the point because I know it's the last couple. There's very little to no people who play Mardu now.
Isn't it quite funny though? They put all this artifact loved in, and then in the next set, I think the Armor Cat and the Arrow Devastation Bomb, they just went so heavy artifact.
That's what they do.
Yeah.
They to make their new set be relevant in standard. They put a lot
Try
of
and
hate
kill
into the previous set.
Yeah.
Well, let's just pray that Wizards haven't. Well, I don't think anyone's sort of thought of it yet, but there's no sort of ridiculously good combo at the moment in standard like there was. Of course, Adam with his Aetherworks Marvel, and then we had the cat combo.
Hey, I've still got turn 4 Unamogan.
Yes, and Adam.
I mean, there is this Solemnity thing in the ice combo.
Oh,
but it's,
yes.
It's I don't know
It's-
how.
it's gonna rotate.
That's not a game-winning combo anyway. 'cause
If
it could
Solemnity gets countered, that breaks the combo. If Thing in the Ice gets Essence scattered, it breaks the combo. If Thing in the Ice gets Fatal Push or any type of removal.
Yeah.
The only thing I really can't think would work against Thing in the Ice is because you have to do 2 Harness Lightnings, or you're going to have to go Braid and Magma Spray.
That's the
So-
thing. It's a fragile combo. It can get removed very easily. It's a bit like Winding Constrictor. It could get removed easily.
It's a lot weaker than the Sahili combo, and that wasn't particularly strong.
The Sahili
anyway.
combo, as what people I don't think realise, you could stop it very easily. You just had to play it smart and know what to do when to do it.
I always think it's funny when someone from the Sahili combo pulls the Felidar Guardian on the board, but doesn't have the Sahili, so they're swinging with the Felidar Guardian for 18 turns trying to kill you.
That happened to you, though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Or the best yet is if they swing it, they get the combo, and then you just fog them. That is
Fog or Magma Spray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to the last change that we have was, of course, game day. They've changed game day. Do you want to talk about that, Steve? What is it now? What is it called now? The champ.
So it's going to be a game championship store, isn't it?
Yeah, Store Championship or something like that.
Well, they've changed when game. Well,
Store
it's not
Championship,
game
yeah,
day
that's the
anymore,
one.
but they've changed when it'll actually occur
Yeah, so it'll be a week or two before pre-release.
of the next set.
Yeah, of the next set.
Which I find is interesting because normally game day is right after the Pro Tour, and like if you want to bring a competitive deck, you're gonna have to be spending quite a bit of money, or hopefully trade in advance to try and get a deck
know
to
what?
compete.
Adam made a very good point to me earlier on. They should make it sealed and actually make it so that rather than people copy decks, they should have to build a deck and then.
Or better yet, you have free. You literally every store has free game day tournaments. One for sealed or draft, probably draft.
Yeah.
One for modern, one for standard, and then you've got the whole range.
Well, yeah, definitely.
Or you could-
Because
Sounds
game day completely ignores modern players at the moment.
Yeah, yeah.
So I would have one for each free. You could do Saturday, for example, if a store was doing it at the weekend, Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon, standard Saturday morning, modern Saturday afternoon, draft Sunday.
That's interesting.
Yeah, or even have a mini Pro Tour and have have a round of draft. Have 3 rounds of draft, and then 3 rounds of standard.
They would have to do that on a Saturday, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Out of everything.
Everyone brings their cameras down and just films
So-
everyone drafting.
But 6 rounds. 3 rounds draft, 3 rounds standard.
Anyway, talking about big tournaments, we have GP Birmingham coming up in. Oh, how long is it now? That's got
3
about-
weeks.
Yeah, about 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Right around the corner. So we will be down there to, of course, do our thing. I think there's a couple of us doing the modern event, and then there's.
Unfortunately, I'm the only one out of us who can't go.
Yeah.
And well, we've got the limited one coming up.
Yeah.
I'm coming a limited one. But...
So I believe from the team we've got Luke. You're doing main event, aren't you?
Yeah, me and Jordan will be
Yeah.
doing the main event.
Me, Stephen Graham will be going on the sealed.
Yes.
Basically,
Did
doing a
the
limited
London
Fnatic.
GP have a sealed?
I don't think it did, but you seemed convinced it did, didn't you?
I think
I
it
would have
did.
thought so.
I think.
I mean,
it
there
did.
is a modern Fnatic, I think.
There is a modern Fnatic packet for this.
Yeah, I
one.
find it funny how there's a modern Fnatic pack, but then there's the modern main
Well, I
event.
think the modern Fnatic pack is for the players that don't want to go uber competitive, but still want to, play at casual level. I was talking to someone today, and they were like, I said, I don't know modern enough. This is the reason why I'm not entering the main event. I do not know the set enough or modern as a format to compete in it in a big tournament at the moment. So I
Competitive
can't.
environment.
Yeah, so I decided, well, I'm going to take the sealed, carry on learning modern. And then someone said to me today, why don't you do one of the modern side events? Well, now, if I hadn't brought 6 tournaments and,
I'm sure you'll probably get time to squeeze in one,
Yeah.
maybe.
two sealed events Friday, 2 sealed events Saturday, and 2 sealed events Sunday. So it's going to be morning and afternoon. So unless we get one in the evening somehow, you might do a drop-in one. But
I think the main event's way overpriced as well. I mean, why is modern the same price as the sealed? The sealed main event, when you get 6 packs out of the sealed main event, it should be a lot cheap. It should be like 50 quid.
Steve, let's make Wizards of the Coast. Don't encourage them to spend more money.
It's a point we made in our previous podcast. We mentioned about how Channel Fireball are now running all of the GPs now.
Yeah.
And because they have no competition and they're running all of them, they can set whatever price they want. People aren't there.
I still think they should
That's
have a
ridiculous,
team limited at GP in England. I think the next one, because they do modern. What happens, I believe, in England every year is we always have a limited one in October, and then we have either modern or standard. Wouldn't it be so good to have a team limited one in that rotation as well?
Yes, and
And then or instead of limited, have team limited. So do standard and limited one year, modern and team limited the next year.
The team limited, the team events tend to be in the middle of Europe, mainland Europe, because it's easier for everybody to get to. We're right stuck out of the way.
I was talking about in Europe though. I would love to be able to do a GP, in France or
I
Yeah, well,
would love to in
close
Germany.
Yeah, definitely. We'd
I mean,
travel
possibly
down there.
next year we could go and do one in Netherlands or France or somewhere. Spain.
Did they do one in Amsterdam?
Yeah, there's one. They
Do them in every.
As in
Oh,
Eurovision,
country,
as long as I don't go to the GP and get nil points.
Oh, then Amsterdam. That'd be all would be fun.
We'll get 20 life points and then you
Yeah. Anyway, we will be at the German. We will be at the Birmingham. Apologies, GP. So I mean, if you do spot us, if you recognise us from our videos,
There will be one plus side to me. At least I'll be able to win there for no immediately.
yes, that's true. Because Fatal Push is actually the promo in August, and that week I don't think there's going to be many people there.
I think all the ones that are sort of.
I think our store, there's literally 2 people not going.
There's
I
quite
know.
a lot of people
So
because our store's so, like I said, so modern heavy.
Yeah.
I think everyone's going to be.
I think hardly anyone's going to our limited
I
GP
reckon-
for our store.
I reckon. I still would. I reckon a few people that don't turn up will actually turn up that week to play.
I think the problem is though with the limited one. Why you said not many people are turning up? It's too close. I think they've made it too close to the modern one.
I think, like you've said, they should have one in February.
They should have done it at the start of the year
March,
and the end of the
April,
year.
yeah.
No, I think it's more of that most of the people wearing a store can't do limited or do rubbish at it. The ones that do modern a lot of the time.
Yeah, I think limited, like it's a complete different format. It's more like, can you build the deck using a certain rules? You've got your bomb cards, you've got your filler
I think
cards, you've
generally for us, I think limited is in generally our stronger point.
got- Oh yeah, definitely. I think limited's easier to do well in. But I mean, I think with limited though, it's still the luck of the pack. Sometimes it can be like if you pull a mythic, like you pull Bolas or something like that. I know Bolas is quite an expensive card, but.
Then again,
if you
it
pull
could-
a god, for example, like for a fact you're in a good chance. And so, for example, all the cards help fit into the deck as well. For a fact.
But
However, go on.
Go on, Ed.
However, the dangerous side to it is you pull that expensive mythic, you pull towards those colours,
Yes.
and it actually stops you making a really good deck, which has happened before. You
Yeah.
know, I pulled Jace Eldritch Moon pre-release and I went mono blue. This is when I thought, mono blue, it can't be too bad. No.
It's better to have all 60 cards being good than one card being amazing and the other 59 being
That's the thing.
okay.
I don't know, lands could not be good and good.
Oh, that's the thing with limited. I'd rather pull like a jank rare that works well in limited, but I'd rather have a rubbish rare and then like godlike commons and uncommons, because then it gives you more options to play with.
Yeah, definitely. Anyway, we will be filming the. We'll be doing a vlog for the GP, so we should have a video midway for August. I think it was Chris or Adam who sort of moaned about how long it takes for Jordan to post some videos.
I think that was me.
He did mention that.
I just keep on apologising for the amount of editing he needs to do.
Anyway, that should be the end of the podcast. I think we've got everything. We've sort of sorted everything out. We've talked about all the topics that have been hot this month. So I will say goodbye from myself, Luke, and say goodbye from Steve.
Bye.
Adam.
See you later.
And Chris.
See you later.
So thank you very much for listening. Bye bye.